gonna happen. So the very first 1v3. Wow, we have a bunch of stuff in here already as comments. Okay. Look at these comments over here. Look at this, guys. Look at his ego right now. I'll smash them is what he's stating over here. Some serious butt clapping is about to happen over here. Wow. Oh man, the taunts are real right now. Gosh. Okay, this should be exciting. So I'm gonna announce the rules for the game right now. The objectives, if you will. Well, they are the objectives. What am I talking about? Okay, here are the objectives. I'm just kind of throwing everything in there. They can read it themselves. I'm not gonna. Okay, so they have the objectives. Now I'm gonna read the objectives out loud to you guys. Okay, so first of all, the theme of this website. Okay, can my moderator let them know the theme of this website? The theme is Recording Studio. Recording Studio, that's the theme. Recording Studio. And here's the objectives. So every game there's 5 objectives. In this case, the first objective, create a fixed vertical navigation bar to the left of the page. So it has to be fixed, it has to be to the left of the page, and it has to be vertical. Okay, the second objective, only style width and height properties using VH, VW, vmin, and vmax units. Now, they don't have to do it. But if they want the points, then they're going to have to do it that way. Also, create a pop-up contact form with 3 fields and a submit button. The last objective is add a repeating background with a fixed CSS gradient overlay on top of it. So that's the last objective, and then we do have a bonus objective, and the only way to achieve the bonus objective is to finish all 5 objectives. So the bonus objective is create a CSS card, a 3D CSS, sorry, let me reread that. Create a 3D card with a front and back side that flips while hovered. That is the bonus objective, and again, they can only receive the point for the bonus objective if they have completed all 5 objectives. So there we go, and both teams are free to put those in comment tags or do whatever they want with it. I'm going to be updating the objectives right below this video later once we start the game. But okay, guys, we're going to start the game here. I'm going to do a 10-second countdown. Here we go. Are you guys ready? The theme is Recording Studio. Let me make sure they know this. Okay, guys. Here we go. 10. Hold on. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bam! The game started. 5-second countdown before the actual countdown starts. Oh my god, guys. This is a 1 versus 3. Last is full of confidence. He thinks he can take on 3 developers all at once. And we'll see. I mean, he has to handle HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. Luckily for Last, he doesn't necessarily have to worry too much on JavaScript in this scenario. Wow, that was a lot of code that was just added there. Can my moderator please make sure that that wasn't a copy and paste, because copy and paste is not allowed in this game. So make sure that wasn't a copy and paste, because it kind of looked like it. Copy and paste is not allowed. Yeah, that's you're gonna have to retype that. No copy paste. You have to retype. Okay, so Last has to type it out just like everybody else has to do it. So we're watching him. This is the pity party right here. Unfortunately, I mean, this is Last's first game, so Last probably didn't know about the rules, which kind of sucks because you know, the rules should have been read beforehand. But Fox, if you can please pop into the red team's chat and just kind of read the rules to Last while he's working, so that he can focus on the code while working. So guys, I mean, this is a 1 versus 3 right now. Blue team has 3 players, and red team is just Last and his ego on his team right there. As you guys can see, there's nothing going on at JavaScript. Now, the benefit of having 3 players is obviously you can have 3 things going on at once, but there's nothing going on in the JavaScript over here. Nothing. Okay. So I guess in the meantime, what I'm going to do is while we're waiting for stuff to happen on the screen, I'm going to actually be updating the objectives right below the video for DevWars. The topic is what do you call it? Recording studio. That is the topic. Make sure both teams understand this. Fox, my moderator, make sure, because there was a time where a team didn't know. Thank you. Okay, so guys, for those of you guys who are just now tuning in, because I know we are receiving some new viewers right now, which is awesome. If you guys haven't already, hit the follow button if you guys are enjoying the stream. But anyways, we're playing DevWars, and there's 2 teams, and each team has 3 players. So we have blue team to the left, red team on the right. You can see who's playing on each team. At the top, you see their names. On the red team, there is just 1 player and his ego. So what that means is this is a 1 versus 3. So 3 players to the right, 1 player to the 3 players to the left, 1 player to the right. This is the first time this has ever happened here on DevWars, and that is because Last, who is playing on the red team, feels like he can take on everybody right now. He's just so confident, which would be very hilarious if he was able to actually, beat them all. So who knows? What do you guys think? Do you guys think Last is going to be able to dominate and just wreck the blue team, or do you think he's going to fall on his face and be embarrassed? Okay, so they are both coding for 60 minutes here. 60 minutes. Okay, so now I'm gonna go over the code that Vlass is writing over here. So over here we have the standard HTML tags. He doesn't have his stuff linked just yet. He doesn't have a CSS or anything, but the downside about working, by himself is that he can only focus on one thing at a time. While look at this, we have stuff going on simultaneously over here on the blue team. We have stuff going on in the HTML, we have stuff going on in the CSS, and in the JavaScript. But if Last really knows what he's doing, he really could win, even though it's a 1 versus 3. Okay, so on the blue team, they do have everything imported, so that is their benefit. And they're utilizing UL tags for their sidebar, and this is actually probably going to be for their navigation bar. That's what this probably is right here, because that is one of the objectives. And they do have their stuff, all their menus and stuff over here. Down here we have a form, which is one of the objectives as well. They have to have a form for their contact form. Everything's looking right to me. There's nothing over here that looks oddly awkward. And then down here we do have styles going on. Yeah, so it looks like they're trying to achieve that objective as well. One of the objectives is to only use VW and VH units on width and height properties. So you don't have to do that, but if you do it, then that means you will get the points for the objective. Right now, guys, I'm going to actually be updating the objectives on the channel. So the objective for the last game is the objectives from the previous game that we had. So just ignore that while I update it. I'm doing it right now because there's not very much going on right now at this this early on into the game, which is perfect. This is perfect because I have enough time to update the objectives down here, so you guys can read them at your leisure whenever you want. So just be patient while I take care of this for you guys. If you guys haven't already, we do have a subreddit. Head on over to reddit.com/r/devwars and you know, subscribe to our subreddit, because we're gonna have a bunch of information that you guys probably don't want to miss out on if you guys like DevWars. Plus, it's an awesome place to leave your suggestions. Just be patient, guys. I'm adding the objectives as we speak. We're gonna have a better way of doing this later on, guys. Like, this is gonna update in front of you guys, like, really quickly and stuff. But currently, I have to do it. Okay, I just need to add the bonus and then we're good. Perfect, guys. So you guys should be able to refresh the page right now that you're using. Yeah. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Hang on, did I copy all of them? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I missed one. Contact form? Yeah, I missed the contact form. So after I post that, I'm done, and then I'm going to be focusing on the game. Okay, guys, Stupid Codeface has posted a link in the chat, and that's going to allow you guys to view the code for yourself at your own leisure as much as you want, scroll up and down and stuff like that. Okay, so over here, let's go ahead and just refresh and see. Hold on. So let's do watch blue. That is a command, and I actually need the URL right now. Oh. Oh, okay, it works. Oh, the URL works. Okay, wonderful, brilliant. Okay, so this is the progress so far. I mean, blue team is obviously doing well. I mean, but you know, it's not really a problem for blue team here, because blue team has 3 people and they're all working simultaneously. It is up to Last and his ego to see if he can pull this together. Just has to do everything by himself over here, but man, I mean, we're only 10 minutes into the game. I really think Last has the potential of doing this, especially if Last has a good taste in design. He could actually even steal the wins on the design voting sessions that we're going to have in the end, and the functionality, depending on how good of an actual developer he is. Okay, so let's see the HTML structure that was finished by Last over here. So we do have that pop-up over here. Yep, we have that form. And then this is the vertical. Okay, this is all part of the form right here. That's what we're looking at. He doesn't have the header in yet, just yet. There, you do need a vertical navigation bar, and it looks like blue team has already accomplished that objective, so they're already kind of moving on over here. And then on the red team, they're adding the pop-up command as we speak, and obviously Last does know what he's doing. Yes. So now let's scroll over here. Okay, so over here they're using VW units on the padding, and that is totally not necessary. They only need to do it on the height and width properties. I hope they know that, but it's totally fine. If they want to use VW, VH, and stuff like that on margin, padding, then they're totally fine doing that. Yes, so on the sidebar, everything's just looking great, guys. This is cool. What about over here? Are they doing anything in their CSS? Yes, they are. So Last is working on the CSS right now. Last is using percentages as opposed to VW and VH, so that is gonna deduct points from that. I mean, he's gonna miss out on a solid point right there for the objective to use only VH and VW. And I assume that Last might be aware of it, but there is that chance that Last doesn't even know that that is objective. Maybe he forgot about it. But or another thing is that maybe Last is trying to do everything in percentages first and then go back and make those adjustments, because percentages are a lot easier to use than those units that we were discussing earlier. But for a 1v3, I mean, Last is keeping up very well. Has a good amount of content for both sides. The only thing that's kind of lacking is his HTML, but that's really not too big of a problem, because as long as Last constantly keeps working on stuff that he coded out, then he should be okay. And I think right now he's trying to import something right now. It could be a font, it could be a library, it could be anything. I don't know. What is he going to use right now? We'll find out. We have more JavaScript going on the blue team right now as we speak. It looks like a function is about to be born. Guys, is there any place I will be able to find the outcome tomorrow? Yes, there is going to be a place, and that's... well, there is no broadcast that's going to be recorded on this channel because we didn't set that up, but we do have a YouTube channel, and we're planning on posting everything on our YouTube channel in the future. So if you guys want to see all the past broadcasts and even be subscribed to YouTube for like exclusive content, you guys are going to be able to watch it there. So if one of my moderators or anybody who knows our YouTube link can please post in the chat so that we can have them subscribe to it. Okay, so I think we're at a point where we can actually view what's on here. Okay, so over here, Team Blue is already working on their bonuses. On their bonus, rather. It's singular and not plural. So these are this is the card. This is the front, and they're definitely gonna have a backside to this later on. Look at this, guys. The design on this is nice. Look how it pops out like that. Pop-up trigger. Wow. They're getting stuff done over here on the blue team, and they're only a quarter way in right now. But this pop-up over here on the red team, though, I have to say, it looks really nice. It looks better than their pop-up. They have that fade-in animation, and it looks amazing. But obviously, later on, maybe it'd be good to have like an X button or to be able to just click out of here, but I'm sure that Last just hasn't gotten around to coding that yet. It's only 15 minutes into the game. This is a 1 vs 3, in case anybody hasn't realized that already. We have the players up there on the screen. You guys can see who's playing what position. Let's go back over to the code right now, and let's see what's going on. The objectives are posted right below this video, so if you guys want to see the objectives for yourself on what exactly they're trying to accomplish, then you guys are more than welcome to. Man, what is Last working on right now? Let's see. It's not in this HTML. Is he in a CSS? Yes, he's styling stuff right now. He's adding a selector for the nav. It looks like he might delete that. I'm not sure. He's highlighting over it. Never mind. Okay, so what about the blue team? What's going on over here? They're working on their flip card, however. So, I mean, blue team means business right now. They have the mindset that, hey, look, man, we're going to complete all 5 objectives, including the bonus objective. And they have that mindset because they're like, bro, we're a team of 3 and you're a team of 1. There is no way you can possibly beat us. That is probably the way they're thinking right now. And blue team definitely doesn't want to lose, because if they lose to one person, that's going to be very embarrassing. So, man, Last is just running around in all these documents. I don't even know which document he's in right now, because he's in one and then out into another. But as you guys can see, blue team is able to get things done simultaneously, and they need to take advantage of this. They really do if they want to win. Because if they sit around wasting time, then Last is going to catch up. Because Last has not stopped for 1 second to even think. I'm kind of seeing some idling right now on the blue team. I don't see anything going on in the HTML per se. But there's only so much HTML can do, because HTML can only lay out the structure, and then from there they can either make changes, they can add things to improve that they think they could fix the design, or they can become like a team player and just kind of look at their team's codes and try to see what they can do to fix it up. Okay, so I wonder what they're working right now on the blue team. It looks like they kind of have their selector right here on this navigation list item. Nothing. Oh, here we go. So they're right now. There's Epidence is styling the model class, which is right here, and that's going to be the contact form. So they are going with the fixed position, which is actually the best position you want to use, because the fixed will consider the entire width and height of your document, as opposed to absolute, where it'll actually, it will give you the ability to scroll down past your contact form, and I think fixed is the best way to go about doing this. They are going to use a transparent background right here on the CSS, it looks like, for the model class, and they do have that VW unit and VH height unit attached. It looks like they're positioning to the top 0 and left 0, so it's going to be kind of hugging the top left corner of the website. I'm not sure if they're going to want to keep it that way or not, but they might be doing it temporarily just to see where it is. Wow, okay, so they have it to where you can pop it up and then make it go away, and this is because of Coro, who's handling JavaScript. Good job to him. What about over here on the red team? How do you get that pop-up to come up? There you go. It looks really nice the way the contact form comes up, but they haven't. But Last hasn't made a way just yet to where you can click away, just like the blue team, to where it will make, you know, you can click in this black space and it'll make your contact form go away. And Last hasn't got around to doing this yet. And again, Last is just one person. He is up against 3 people right now. So this is a battle of design too. If Last can come up with a better design, he can actually score 2 points, and that's a lot. That'll put him in the lead if he does that, especially if he keeps up the pace. So he's working on his JavaScript right now. Last is on the red team, and just kind of, I wonder if he's going to make it to where, it looks like right here, this is going to actually fade it out right here. So let's see if by the time he saves this, let's refresh and see if this actually registers. Yep. So he now has his JavaScript coded to where the contact form would pop up and then it'll go away. Awesome. I do want to give a shout out to my moderator Jay. His moderator username is It's the Fox. I'm sure you guys seen him in the chat. He's actually taking care and moderating both teams, and normally we have 2 moderators, 1 for each team, and it's a lot of work, guys. Making sure that stuff happens in the background and making sure that everything is just working correctly. It's a lot of work for the moderator. I just wanna give him a shout out, you know, and appreciate the work he's doing right now. Okay, so what's being styled right now over here on the blue team? They do have some fonts imported, so they have their Open Sans font, which is a very popular font. You can't go wrong with Open Sans. They have all these different weights in here, and they even have Font Awesome being imported all through their CSS. Yeah, on a normal day we have like our whole moderator team over here, but Jay is just on top of it right now. So no fonts imported over here that I know of. They do have Open Sans, but I don't see the import Oh, unless they used it up here. No, I don't see him ever importing open sans, but probably just a placeholder for when he does decide to get the import working. Let's go ahead and refresh and see what's popping right now. So the contact form kind of pops up right away. I'm sure they're not going to want it like that. Never mind, it doesn't do that. So we have the pop-up, and they're kind of styling the contact form. Uh-oh. Okay, so they got to fix that. They have it so that you can actually, if you click on this form right here, and it's not supposed to go away, but when you click it, it'll go away. And that is because, I'm sure it's because of this. It's over here. Let's find it. So that model right here. This should be a before, this should be a before sudo. Because that way, yo, Syntag, how can you watch these guys coding? It's actually witchcraft. We have witchcraft on this channel. Please don't report me for using witchcraft. I would appreciate it. Oh, it looks like Red Team is having the same problem. They don't have it to where you would click the overlay to drop out of the contact form. So guys, for those of you guys who are just now tuning in, this is a 1 versus 3. So there's 3 players on the blue team, 1 player on the red team, and we're about roughly 23 minutes into the game right now. And man, like, holy crap. Can Loft do it? Can Lass? Look at this. We have some Michael Jackson placeholders in here right now. Man, I'm just so shocked right now. So does... I'm not seeing VW units used on Lass's website. Fox, can you please let Lass know? Make sure he knows that one of the objectives is to utilize VW, VH, vmin, or vmax on the height and width properties. That is the way to get. Yes. So just make sure he knows that. Okay, guys, it looks like they are going to work on a fix for this whole contact form closing when it's not supposed to. They're going to have a whole separate div, it looks like. They're going to use the model BG, and they're going to make both of them show up, and they're going to have the BG most likely sit in the background and have the model class sit in front of it. That way they can specifically target in their JavaScript, hey, when they click this class, model underscore BG, when they click that, then we want the contact form to close, not when they click on the model class. If that makes sense. Let's see if Red Team has figured out a workaround for this. Okay, yes. They have targeted a pop-up BG class. Let's see if they've already styled that. He's already styled that. Yeah, pop-up BG right here. They have the Z index fixed. Everything looks right. Lass is even working on a close image right here. So we'll see how that pans out. Let's go ahead and refresh and see what we have going on right here right now. Yes, if you guys want to listen in on TeamSpeak right now, you totally can. As you guys can see, Zach Q just figured out that you can use TS, exclamation TS to output the TeamSpeak IP, and you can use that IP and connect to our TeamSpeak server and listen in on either the blue team or the red team. I'm sure there's not very much going on the red team right now because he doesn't really have anyone to talk to other than his ego. So I'm imagining this is going to be the card. Or maybe Lass is going to come up with a very interesting way to have this, to utilize the bonus objective to where when you hover over this, it'll flip around and it'll have the music of the artist that you just hovered over, and you can play the song that is associated with that artist. I think that would be a very cool way of doing things, since you do have to utilize a backside to this. So I don't see over here where when you hover over this, I don't see it to where it'll flip. Okay, and I don't see this working either just yet to where when you click the contact form it won't close. What about over here? Yeah, same goes for red team. So when are they gonna fix it? I know they're working on it. We'll have to find out. They kind of have this flip card hover selector just open right here. Haven't done very much with it. They do have that perspective property added on the blue team, which is actually how you're going to be able to accomplish something like this. Yeah, so you can never tell how interesting that conversation might be. That's funny. Fix this. So he last put a comment in here reminding himself that he does need to fix this. So I wonder what Last is working on at this very moment. What do you guys think? I asked you guys in the beginning of the game, but we're about halfway into this game. There's 32 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock as we speak. It is a 1 versus 3. There's 3 players on the blue team, all working simultaneously together as the clock runs down. But Last is working all by himself because he thinks he can take on all 3 of them. He's that confident in his skills. And what do you guys think? Do you guys think Last will win, or do you guys think he will fall on his face, embarrassed, and just, you know, be miserable for the rest of his life? What do you guys think? Last is pretty much making a statement right here on DevWars that he is undefeatable, it seems. Man, I wonder how this game will turn out, because Last is not going to accept a loss. And it looks like Last has a very good sense of design too, because so far everything that he's done kind of has a nice look to it. I mean, you guys might not like the black and white look, but I'm kind of liking it. I like minimalistic design, but you know, I'm not going to be the one to vote in the end here, so it's going to be you guys who are going to be voting on who's the winner. Let's see if they ever fix that contact form just yet. No, it still closes when you click on the form, which is a problem. There is no password on the TeamSpeak. Make sure you copy over that port number. Okay, over here on the blue team it is working, so you can click in here. It was working. I'm gonna refresh. Well, they had it working to where, okay, here we go, now it works. So they, okay, yeah, so when you click in here or anywhere in here, it won't close out. But when you click out, it will close. Never mind, it's not working. I'm clicking out of here. What's going on? Well, actually, the page just kind of is trying to reload. What about over here? Guys, the web page is like kind of being slow right now. I wonder what's going on with C9. I think what's going on is that DevWars is actually overloading their server. Wow, we got a donation right now, guys. Let's let it read it out.
Been looking for game-ish programming channels for a long time. This is exactly what I've been looking for.
Thank you for the donation, Zach Q. Those $5 will be used to improve the stream and make your dream even more awesome. I mean, I'm glad to see stuff like this, guys, that you guys are enjoying this. So I'm glad that that search is finally over for you, and I hope the same is for you other viewers out there. Anyways, let's get back to work right here. So over here on the blue team, they're working right now on the card flip. They have their back div, their backside div, and they have their front side div, and they have a flipper. So I'm guessing they're making it. Okay, so the flipper is gonna be the main thing, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. They have to make it so when you hover over it, then it will flip. Okay, so we already see on the blue team they must have some sort of communication going on or something, because they are responding right as soon as the HTML types it up. The CSS is responding, so that's good. That's really good to see stuff like that. What is Last working on right now? Is he in a CSS, or is he in his HTML? Is he in his JavaScript? Where is he? I mean, Last kind of has to be running around all over the place right now. Fox, can you please make sure that Last knows that one of the objectives is to utilize VH and VW units in their width and height properties? Okay, he does know. He does know. So Last is either not Last is either saying, look, bro, I don't even need to worry about those objectives right now. I'm going to win in the functionality and design. He could have that mindset. Or he's just like, man, I don't really want to deal with VH and VW units at this point in time. I'm just going to use percentages for now, and then later on I'm going to make the switch and make those adjustments. So that is one way of playing. But Blue Team, since they are only focused on one thing at a time, they don't really have too much to worry about. They can totally just spend their time focusing on their own document, and that's exactly what they're doing. They have to take advantage of this team. If Blue Team just kind of keeps to themselves and you know, they're not really talking, then they're not making use of their three-man team, and therefore, you know, Last might even be able to work it better, because the thing is, Last, the advantage that Last has is that since he doesn't have to communicate with anybody, he has all his thoughts in his head. So he already knows what he wants to work on. He already knows what he needs to do and everything. So, yes. I'm hoping you guys aren't typing anything in the chat, because you guys are just like super into what you guys are watching right now, and you guys just don't have the time to look away from the screen for 1 second to type something. I hope that's exactly why you guys are being just chill. Okay, check this out, guys out. Look at this. They have some card flipping action. They do have it to where the text is flipped. You guys see how when you hover over this, you guys see how the text is kind of like flipped around? They're gonna have to fix it so it's not like mirrored like that, you know? And there is a way of doing it. Let's see if they can figure it out. And they do have these songs over here, so when you click it, it'll probably play a song. We have people who are working right now and they're watching DevWars. That is probably the best thing you could do with your time right now. We want to load these unsafe scripts, I guess. I just authorized Last to run unsafe scripts on my website, on this web page right here. Yeah, you can tell Last has a very good taste in design. I mean, you can see that. Did he ever fix his contact form? He hasn't fixed this just yet. You guys know that there is a theater mode, right? If you hit Alt-Tab, I believe it's Alt-Tab or Control-Tab or Command-Tab, depending if you're on your Mac, and that'll actually put your screen in this awesome view called theater mode, and it'll have everything blacked out, and it'll have the chat right there conveniently to the right. I think you guys should check that out if you don't know about that feature already. That way you guys don't have to be in full screen and be absent in the chat. So for those new viewers who are watching right now, we are playing DevWars, and it is a 1 vs 3. There's only one player on the red team. As you guys can see, the names of the players at the top. It is just Last and his ego on the right team, or the red team. And the objectives are posted right below the stream, but I'm going to read it out to everybody. So there's 5 objectives and 1 bonus objective. Each objective is worth 1 point, including a bonus point, but the only way you can achieve the bonus point is if you complete all 5 objectives. So unless you plan on achieving all 5 objectives, you shouldn't even be bothering with a bonus objective, because you'll just be wasting your time. So here are the objectives. Objective number 1, they need to create a fixed vertical navigation bar to the left of the page, and we already saw from both teams, they already have that accomplished. So both teams already have a point, but then again, if something's broken by the time the website or the timer is up, then what's going to happen is they're actually not even going to receive the point for the objective, even though we've seen them completing it during the game. Okay, so the second objective is to only style the width and height properties using VW, VH, vmin, and vmax units. Of course, these objectives are completely optional, so they don't even have to do that if they don't want to. Like Last, so far, we see on Last on the red team that there's not even any... Oh, okay, actually, he decided to implement the VH and VW units right here. I see that right here. Earlier, we saw him only utilizing the percentage units, and he probably did that on purpose, just for now, to not have to worry about those units. Okay, so the third objective is they have to create a pop-up contact form with 3 fields and a submit button. Also, the fourth objective is to list 3 audio samples using HTML5. And their very last objective is to add a repeating background with a fixed CSS gradient overlay on top of it. And last but not least, we have that bonus objective. It is to create a 3D card with a front and back side that flips while hovered. So those are the objectives. Again, this is a 1 verse 3. So what can be accomplished during this time? We don't know. So they are working on styling this stuff right now. We don't see any. Okay, we need to have content on this opposite side when it flips. You guys are going to be voting at the end of this game who wins in design and who wins in functionality, and those points are going to be added to their objective points. You get those objects from somewhere or just make them up. Would be kind of nice just playing around. Okay, so over here we have like this text just kind of exceeding these boundaries right here, as you guys can see. And I think the best way of achieving this, actually, this is how I would go about it. I'm going to inspect this element. A lot of you guys like when I do this. I would just set the width to auto, just like that. And I would, you know, set the Z index to 999 so, you know, it's overlapping all of this content. And I mean, it's that simple. And then obviously you would probably maybe take this content and do something about this. Maybe do this like, I mean, there's different ways you could do this. You could even have this position relative, or no, absolute. I mean, this is one alternative. You can have it position absolute and just do this to the right. But this main has to be position relative in order for that to register, and then have this be width 100%. I'm styling everything inline right now. And then, of course, we have to have this content with auto. Get rid of this padding. And, you know, you could have it like to the right, just like we have there. Or you can have it to where, you know, you could have like width to 80% or something like that. Whatever you think would work. And, I mean, you can even use float over here. You can use float right, and that'll shoot it to the right. Or another thing that you can do, let's see, what else can you do? You can make this a display inline block, or you could even make this text responsive. You know, you can have a VH, you can utilize VH units in the text as well. No, or REM, that's what they call it, which is EM, REM. There's just a lot of ways you can go about it. You can use float, display inline block, but I'm pretty sure that a good way of fixing this, if he wants to set this, if he wants to have a defined width for this, he's gonna have to have this be rem, and we could even show how that would work right here. So we'll have font size instead of pixels, because pixels are pretty precise. You could just say, you know, like 1 EM, 0.5 EM. 0.8, and like if you use 1, it'll be like multiplying it by 1 in a sense. So 0.5 would be like you know, half of it. But I'm pretty sure he doesn't want his text to look that small. Yeah, they could even use a media query. Let's go ahead and refresh this page and see what they've done. Wow, they got their gradient overlay. All they have to do is have a background behind this overlay, and they're gonna have accomplished what they needed to do. Okay, so we have, but the colors over here are kind of weird though. I would have to say that Lass is doing a better job on the design. Has he fixed this contact form yet? Yes, he has. And wow, look at that close button. It just looks very nice. Let's go ahead and go back to the code. Album hover. So we have some interesting functions going on over here with the album. Yes. And then let's see what else we got in the HTML. Nothing much down here. Is Les styling right now? I'm sure he is. Okay, so his selector is right here in this logo span. So he's changing the font weight, just kind of making everything look pretty. What he's doing is, you know, just focusing on design because he probably figures. Okay, we have a. Okay, so you can definitely tell Les is a designer because he is very keen on his color that he's picking and everything. While on the blue team, it kind of seems like YOLO swag right now. Okay, so they do have a better background. I like this background better than what they had. You should turn the music down a bit. Sure thing, mate. I'll do it just for you because I love you. I hope that's better. I hope I fixed it. I want you guys to be able to hear me. Okay, let me know if that's better for you guys. I did turn it down. Okay, you guys all wanted the whole time. I'm glad one of you guys spoke up. Okay, so let's refresh, just see what they got going on. Check this out. They are working on their front and back right now. Man, this site is just looking nice on the red side. This contact form looks a bit awkward, doesn't it? Let's see what we can do in here to fix something like this from happening. Okay, well, right off the bat, I know a quick fix would to just be give this an overflow hidden. Actually, no, that's not right. Let's see here. If this was okay. What we could do is in these inputs. Well, they're utilizing VW, so that might be their issue here. Yeah. Well, let's get rid of this width. Yeah, they have no choice. I think that looks better, and I think they should just add padding top and bottom just like this. There we go, and that would be a great fix for their problem because this contact form looked kind of awkward earlier, but now it looks better. I mean, they could even go with the lower padding. I think that would look better too, maybe like 30 pixels, maybe more on the top, so we could do it like this, maybe like, you know, 40 pixels on the top, and then just like that, maybe even a bit more. I don't know, it's up to them. They can do whatever they want. You know, like 45, something like that. Just to give that X button some space right there. So I hope you guys are enjoying the inspect element stuff. Let's go down here and see what they're working on right now. Wow, that's a lot of CSS. What about on the red team? How much CSS? They have a lot of CSS. He has a lot of CSS. Guys, check this out. Lass is a one-man team right here, and he has just as much code as them. Look at that. Just as much code. I'm not even kidding. Like 80 over here. So he even has 6 lines more of code on his HTML. He has more code on his JavaScript. I mean, I'm just impressed with the work he's able to do right now. And just as much CSS as blue team. Holy crap. And so this guy right here, he is making history. This is the very first 1v3 game that we've seen here on DevWars. Let's go ahead and head back over to the website and see just what's going on. Okay, so it looks like blue team is working very hard on that card flipping thing. They're trying to get that to work. I'm sure they're, you know, struggling with it. But yeah, props to Laz. He's running around in every single document, just trying to make sure everything looks nice. Yeah. This is huge bragging rights. If I could take on 3 people at once, I mean, you're taking on 3 minds, then this guy deserves a big cookie. Okay. Wow. Over here, look at this. We have some conditions on if the player is paused. So I wonder what they're gonna do with this. They might be trying to do something stylistic over here, because this part isn't necessary for the objectives, what they're doing right here, but this is necessary if they want to go with functionality and design, if they want to get those points in the very end of the game. Guys, we're at 13 minutes. There's 13 minutes left on the clock. We're 3/4 of the way in. A lot has been accomplished. Last has been keeping up this entire time. He's had that ego. Yes, there is something to be said about being able to do whatever you want in every category. Yep. Yep. Look at this. So what are they styling right now on the blue team? Interesting. So StareDad is saying that he believes it would be easier to do solo it. And you know, it does make sense, your logic there, but the thing is too is that blue team can, I mean, this game is 60 minutes long only. I mean, like, yes, he could probably do a better job just one person, but I mean, can he do it in 60 minutes though? I mean, blue team has the advantage where they can write code simultaneously, and all they have to do to make sure they're utilizing their team composition is to just communicate. All they have to do is communicate. As long as they're keeping that communication intact, then they're going to be able to succeed in this game. Yeah, so the only thing that counters your logic there, Patrick, is, no, not Patrick, StareDad, my bad, is the time. The time is a huge factor in this game, obviously. So 11 minutes and 55 seconds left on the clock. Are we going to have our background repeat over here yet? That is one of the objectives. They're still having problems with this. There's crickets in the blue team speak. Some of you guys are saying right now. That's not good. I mean, that's gonna suck. I mean, Last is just coding away. They're not gonna, I mean, the best thing blue team could do is try to get this card thing to work good. I mean, what is this? They have a dark colored text on a dark colored background. I mean, these are standard design things that you should consider when you're doing your website. I mean, these are just standard design things, you know, you gotta think about. I just downloaded something. That was weird. Okay. Last popped in here just to leave a comment. I'm sure he's taunting them. Check this out, guys. They finally added their gradient background, but obviously we have some issues with the way it looks here. And I'm sure it's because this background is actually inside of a container, which if they simply would move it. Yeah, they just need to make sure this height is 100%. Oh, they can't. That's funny, they can't. I wonder if they didn't have a height. Okay, yeah, that's funny. That sucks. They have to figure this out. And how are they going to get this to look good? They can't use percentage on here. Well, unless they don't want, unless they're trying to get that objective point. LOL. I mean, I wonder if they're going to be able to do this. Yeah, somebody, one of my moderators, please remind Lass that he can't watch the channel if that's what he's doing. That is against the rule. This is Lass's first time playing, so he probably doesn't know the rules. This contact form is a bit gay over here, like, just right here. I mean, everything else about it looks amazing, but I'm sure he probably forgot about it. He's trying to work on everything else. I would like to see where this wouldn't happen like this, what's happening over here. Yeah. I wonder what he's planning on doing over here. I mean, I've noticed this Michael Jackson thing has been disappearing here and there, so I'm sure he's working on something there. Let's refresh blue team and see if they found a fix. They have found a fix to this, so that's awesome. I think what they did is just put the what do you call it? The gradient. They reversed it, and that's gonna help. That's probably what they did here, and that's smart. That way the bottom of the gradient doesn't have to touch the top of it. We don't have to worry about that. Yeah. Awesome, awesome. So I wonder about this whole... Oh, wow. Look at this. Music plays. I don't like the way it drops down personally. It looks kind of awkward to have it that way. Like, it looks good like this. This looks nice. But when this icon drops like that, it just seems weird. What does this say? Let's find out in their HTML code. They have some sort of message. We like trains. Oh. I'm not going to judge them. I'm not going to judge them at all. Okay, so, I mean, there's not too much being done right now on the red team anymore. Let's see what he's working on right now. I'm kind of curious. I mean, visually, I don't see anything different. Okay. Let's see where he is. I mean, he's kind of having to run around everywhere. He is working on his pattern right here, this background pattern. Yep, he's working on his background pattern as we speak. Trying to make sure he gets that objective in. Yeah, just so you guys know, I mean, there is a lot of they have to complete 5 objectives, including a bonus objective, and if they want to win, that's the whole point. They have to complete these objectives, and one of these objectives require you to only utilize VH and VW units in your height and width properties, so that's going to be a bit of a frustration. It's not an easy thing to pull off. So some of these designs are kind of, it kind of becomes a little bit more complicated. Look at Lass's, yeah, I saw that. Sometimes we can't help with it. I mean, I'm sure it fixed by now. He should be just opening the full width browser anyways. I wonder when Lass is gonna fix this. I mean, all he has to do really is just convert this from and I'm talking about the font size. All he has to do is convert it. Oh, he did convert it to EM here, and that's good. But he does have it too big here. I mean, he could do like 0.5 or some 0.8. 0.8 looks good right there. I think that's perfect. But obviously you have this issue, so that's gonna suck. I wonder how he's gonna go about it. I mean, he could use media queries to fix that depending on your screen width and make it responsive. That is a workaround. That it just becomes difficult because, you know, utilizing all these VHVW units, it makes everything a lot more complicated than it has to be. But that's the fun of it, guys. There's 5 minutes left on the clock. You guys were watching them code for 55 minutes straight. What do you guys think? I haven't outlined all the objectives they completed yet. We're not going to look at that until the very end of the game. So far, guys, I'm actually going to just go through everybody's code one at a time. So over here on the blue team, just kind of going through slowly. Nothing going on there. He's probably took a break. They're not always CSS heavy. In fact, we've had a lot of JavaScript heavy objectives in the previous games we've had here on DevWars. So we have fonts imported over here. Currently just kind of going through this, seeing what they're working on right now. It looks like they might be working on this list item. As we see indicated here, his cursor is right here. But we're going to keep going down. There is another... Oh, his cursor was down there, and then it probably shot back up here. I'm not sure. This could also be one of their teammates. Now, they're not allowed to they're not allowed to type in there. Like if you're handling CSS, you're not allowed to type in HTML or JavaScript, for instance. But you can go to your teammate's code, and you could even copy and paste your teammate's code or do whatever you want, but you just cannot write in it. Don't worry, guys. Last is able to view his stuff just fine. Okay, we have some stuff going on over here for once. Check this out. We have this card flipping stuff. But I would like to see a... I mean, this isn't technically a backside, guys. I'm not going to give them a point if this is what they consider a backside. Because all they're doing is rotating this, and that's not actually flipping. I mean, that's what a flipping card is, a front and backside. So, yeah, this isn't what the bonus inquired. I'm saying last is well, okay. He told me in the chat that it's pronounced last in America, so that's the reason why I'm saying it like that, because I am in America, so I figured, well, I mean, I guess I'll pronounce it that way. What is this for? Why do they have an incremental? I mean, they didn't specify what this, oh, phone number, but still, they shouldn't have it incrementing like this. That's weird. Why would you want to do it like that? Interesting. So, what an awkward contact form from the blue team. Do these songs play? I don't hear any songs playing. It says there's songs playing. Unless my Google Chrome volume is down. No, I'm not seeing anything playing. But then again, I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm going to take off a point for music not actually playing, because that's fine anyways. Okay, so last probably has this fixed. Okay, there is sound. I'm just not hearing it. Thank you for confirming that. Awesome. Okay, so over here on the studio, I'm sure that he's working on it in this view right here. I'm sure Last sees it like this. I'm almost positive this is how he sees this website. You know, but like depending on the resolution, you're gonna have. Yeah, I am being harsh on the contact forms, I know. But that is one of the design components of your website, you know. I'm wondering why they haven't paid much attention to it, because in the end, this is going to be one of the aesthetics you guys are going to be voting towards the overall design. So they have Big Hero 6 Fallout Boys right here. Me against music that no girl no one likes. That girl no one likes. That girl that no one likes. Okay. Can you please show us a fix for removing arrow stuff? You just mentioned the submit form thing. The arrow stuff. Arrow stuff. Oh! I see what you mean. Okay, okay, they actually removed it themselves. So, are they? I think they're listening. Yeah, they just removed it. I think they're listening to me right now. I think they're hearing everything I'm saying. I feel like they're stalking me right now. So, oh guys, 20 seconds left on the clock. Holy freaking crap! I haven't been paying attention to the time over here. So, 15 seconds, guys. We're gonna have to shut down their documents really soon here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's over, guys. Done. We're locking up the documents. No more edits can be made to these documents right now. I cannot wait to see what the results were, guys. I mean, this has been a fantastic game so far. I'm going to refresh the page, and whatever they have is what they have. I mean, it has, unfortunately, that's the way it's going to be. So, yeah, let's wait a little bit for both teams to come here. Lass is a bit pissed off, I'm sure, because it looks a bit different on my screen than it probably did on his screen. Or he didn't finish what he wanted to finish on time, which, I mean, you only have 60 minutes, so Okay guys, so it looks like everybody's here. Now we're just going to kind of go over the website. Are there going to be more games after? Unfortunately today, there aren't going to be any more games, but I am going to be streaming on my channel, which is twitch.tv/syntag. So you guys can check me out over there if you guys are interested. But the next DevWars is going to be on Saturday. This coming Saturday, you guys can even apply. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and go over this website right now. So blue team, this is what they have going on over here. I mean, I'm just kind of going through it. Now let's see what objectives they've completed. So the first objective was to style only using width and height properties. Let's see if they completed that objective. So we're just going to go through everything. Okay, so let's find everywhere there's width. So they are using it there, using it there, using it there, 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 there. I'm just going through it, guys. If they have anything other than VW, VH, then they're not going to get the point. Okay, so blue team did get a point for that objective. So my moderators are logging stuff like this down right now. Okay. The second objective was to The second objective was to create a fixed vertical navigation bar fixed to the left of the page. We already know they did that, so that's another point. As you guys can see here, this is fixed. This is a fixed navigation bar. Yep. And it is positioned to the left. Perfect. So they have 2 points there. Create a pop-up contact form with 3 fields and a submit button. And we know they have it here. Perfect. They have that contact form right there. Okay, so they have 3 points. Now list 3 audio samples using HTML, and you guys see that over here. Yep, they have it working. You guys can totally see this in your own browser, so that's another point for them. And then they need to add a repeating background with a fixed CSS gradient over the background. And you guys see that it is indeed what you see right here. So they received all 5 points. Now, I don't know. I'm not going to give them the bonus point here because this is technically not a front and back side. It needs to have different content over here, or else you're just flipping it. You know. But I am going to, yeah, so I'm just not going to give them the point there for that. That's not what was required. Okay guys, so that is 5 points on the blue team. Now let's check out the red team right now. Brilliant. Okay, so let's start with the red team. Let's see if they used only VH and VW. Again, red team only had 1 player on his team. It was just him. So let's see width. We're going to search for all the widths, and we're just going to see, you know, if he's, hold on, let's start at the top of this page here. Okay, let's see. Okay. Width. Okay, we do see a width 100%. Unfortunately, he's not going to get the point at all for that. Sorry, I didn't mean they. Well, it's they. It's Lass and his ego. That was who was on his team. I'm Kutta is now following Syntag, not DevWars. That's what this is, because all my follows are still synced with DevWars. I mean, Syntag. Okay, let's see. The next objective was create a fixed vertical navigation bar to the left of the page. We know he did that, so that's 1 point. Create a pop-up contact form with 3 fields and a submit button. Let's see if he did that. Yes, he did. Oh, and you styled your contact form right before the game ended. I mean, you don't have any names for the fields, so that kind of sucks, but I mean, you still did it. You got another point there. Okay, you're following both channels. Thank you so much. I'm Kutta for the follow. I appreciate it, man. You are the best. Okay. So that's another point. And then list 3 audio samples using HTML. 5. Okay, so we don't see that here. So he doesn't get a point for that. He did list, but he didn't have the actual sample to here. And then add a repeating background with a fixed gradient overlay. Okay, so I did see code for that, but I don't see it on here. Unless it's like super subtle. I'm not seeing it here, unfortunately. I mean, You have that background. What image are you using over here? You're using a very subtle background, aren't you? This is what you're using. Sorry, guys. I don't... Is it on here? It is. It is. You are using a repeating background. Super subtle. And then do you have a gradient overlay? Let's see. I mean... Let's bring this down here. No, you don't have... It doesn't look like it. Well, here we go. Let's see if it's just super subtle or something. Yep, there you go. He does get a point for that. I'm just making sure that it was there. So, perfect. So he gets a point for that. So the only thing he didn't get a point for was the audio samples, and so he has 3 points. So blue team has 5 points, red team has 3 points. Thank you, thank you. Okay guys, now we're gonna be voting right now on design, right? So let's start with the blue team. They have their they have their vertical navigation bar to the left, and when you hover over each of these, again guys, you guys can see for yourself these in your own browser. You know, so that's the best way to rate these things, is to, you know, see the... I just posted the link in the chat. And when you hover over these things, you know, you get this interesting effect. When you open the contact form, you get this. This is what it looks like. You know, I personally would have liked to see this more centered. We are zoomed all the way out, but I could zoom more further out. Look at the way it responds to the zoom here. It's not bad at all. Okay, and then of course you have these hover effects. I don't know why I turned yellow there. You have these hover effects. Check that out. It just flips. I mean, they didn't get the bonus point. That's not what they were supposed to do, but you got that. I mean, and that's about the extent of this website. And we're also going to resize this. Oops, not that one. We're going to resize this so you guys can see how it responds to the screen width. There is a transition, so it kind of takes time to adjust. So that's all because of the VW units. Okay, now with the red team, this is the way he styled it. I'm just going to zoom in, zoom out. This is kind of how it works. I'm also going to show you that they have that vertical navigation to the... He has that vertical navigation to the left there. There is no hover effects over these navigation bars. I would say it looks nice and clean. You have this hover effect over here. And this is the contact form. Very minimalistic. And this beautiful X close button. It's nice. And then let's see how it responds to screen width. So I like how the content drops down like that. But obviously that navigation bar is fixed. So you don't see the text responding to the size of the width of the... Okay guys, so we're going to be voting on design right now. I'm going to be throwing up a poll right now, and you guys are going to be voting on which team has the best design. So it's blue team or red team. Okay guys, so I'm going to create the poll right now. As soon as I see the first vote registered, I'm going to start a 2-minute countdown. Okay, so it's blue or red, guys. Blue or red. That's all you have to type. They were supposed to create a recording studio themed website. That was the goal, and you guys are just kind of voting on the design. I'm gonna post the direct link to the websites. The winning team gets 2 points for this. So it's either blue or red. Which team has the best design? So whoever wins this will get 2 points. I do want to mention that there were 3 people on the blue team and 1 person on the red team. This is the first time we've ever seen a 1v3 in DevWars. Unfortunately for the blue team, I mean, it was whatever they had designed, you know, by the time the website ended. I do see my dad in the chat, so thank you for watching the stream again. Yeah, I mean, it's not too fair, but at the same time, they did have that background yellow color that they should have took out, because, you know, that's obviously something you should consider. But it looks like red team is gonna take the win for this, guys. So red did win 2 points. Now they're at a tie. It's 5-5, guys, and this is the tiebreaker right here. This is the tiebreaker. I'm gonna go ahead and close this poll. It's all about functionality at this point. Which site functions better? Again, guys, you guys should check out this website in your own browser, because that's the only way you guys are going to get a true understanding on, you know, how the site functions and everything. So, I mean, functionality is kind of however you interpret it. It could be designed like, you know, doing this stuff, like this can be part of your definition of functionality, but what we're going to see is mostly this JavaScript. So when you click this play button, you know, it plays like that. We don't see songs playing over here on the red team. You know, when you bring up the pop-up, it kind of just pops up like that, you know. And clicking this X button, yep, everything's working over here. Now, what about red team? When you click contact, it kind of brings up a beautiful fade to it. I mean, it's nice, and everything. I mean, the X button works. Everything works on both teams as far as I can tell. You know. And then, but you guys are going to have to actually take this into your own browser, and you guys have to be the judge as to which team has the best functionality. And I'm going to go ahead and throw up the poll right now. You guys are going to have to vote on that. So I just created the poll, so I'm going to wait for the first vote to come in, and then we're going to have a 2-minute countdown. Okay, so the first vote did register. Okay, so 2 minutes from now, we're going to stop the vote, and whoever wins this game of DevWars. So it's either blue or red, guys. Blue or red. Which team do you think won on as far as best functionality? Throw your votes in the chat, guys. It's that simple. It's just blue or red. It's not really that hard to write. You know, you guys can do this. I believe in you. My dad misspelled blue, so it's not going to register. Okay, so when you hover over on the blue team, this over here, it kind of, okay, so that's probably not the way they want me to show it. But you guys can see when you hover over this, it does do these cool little animations. But again, that's part of design, guys. My dad misspelled blue again. This is incredibly awkward. Okay, guys, I'm going to let the chat run vote run a little bit more. So let's give it 45 more seconds, guys. 45 more seconds. When the second hand reaches the 45-second mark, we're going to stop whatever vote it is, guys. Okay, guys, 30 more seconds. 30 more seconds. Whatever the vote is at, it's going to be over, guys. Register your votes in now. It's either blue or red, guys. Blue or red. Oh, my God. Okay, this is the first 1v3, guys. 15 more seconds on the clock. Whatever the votes are at 15 seconds, it's gonna be it. Oh man. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bam! Okay, guys, it is red. It is red. Red takes the win right here. Congratulations, red. We're gonna wait for the winner to go up on the top right, and then we're gonna throw a party over here on the right side. Congratulations, red team. Drop the confetti, boys. It was a great game. I mean, the first game we've ever seen, a 1 versus 3. I mean,